Hello everyone, welcome back to Nathan Sucks at Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. So, I'm pretty much not ill anymore. Also, sorry that there haven't been any uploads recently. I've, not quite had opportunities to do it. But, enough with excuses. What were we doing in the last one? Something. We just went to hang around at some movies, the movie studio, talked to Gummy a little bit, just making sure I haven't missed anything, the studio, oh joy, okay, October 16, Global Studios, main gate, gotta prep myself just in case.
What? You're still here? Really? You look as though you've seen a ghost.
Oh, okay. That was nice and painless. Assistance claim.
What? I saw that suspicious look on your face.
I wanted to ask you again about yesterday. You came here at 1 PM, correct? And the estimated time of Hammer's death was 2:30. Are you sure the Powers was the only one to go through here between those times?
Sure as can be. But we have a witness who thinks there was someone from outside here that day. What? Are you absolutely sure you were here watching the whole time? Ma'am? Who was it? Who told you that? Who dares question me? I can't speak. Alright, you better tell me, and tell me quick, you spiky-haired cretin. Someone's been complaining about the work I do, eh? We were just talking to the assistant in Studio 1. Ha! She's not even a full-time employee! All you youngins are like that nowadays, running your mouths like there's no tomorrow, saying this and that and the other thing. Well, let me tell you, when I was young, I knew a thing about respect your elders. Back when I was kind of ashamed, you used to... Ah!
She left.
Well, Nick, this is our chance to do what we can without her looking over our shoulders.
Yeah, good point. Okay. So, we want to go in here, then. The computer that runs the studio security cameras.
Nick, maybe we can see that photo of Powers of this computer, not photo, oops.
Yeah, maybe. Should I try the computer? No, Phoenix. Yes, try it. Okay, let's give it a try.
You know how to work these things, Nick?
Looks like I just have to enter in a few numbers. Let's see, first I need the date of the murder. Looks like the camera turned on at 1 PM that day. 1. That's when the security lady arrived at the guard station. Please enter the number of the security camera. Oh, balls. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, it was 307, right? There, entered.
Hey, it printed out the data for that day.
Let's see what we got. My sentiment exactly, Phoenix. Huh?
How is this a picture of Will Powers?
Well, he is the one who always wears that suit. I guess that's why the security lady thought it was him.
I don't imagine the detective was very happy with this photo as evidence. Something's printed on the back.
Huh. October 15, 2 PM. Photo number 2.
What does that mean?
Maybe there's more photo data from that day?
Nope, that's the only one on the computer.
Powers is... photo.
Hey, Nick! Can't we use this photo as evidence for the trial?
Yeah.
We'll put that security lady in her place with this.
Right. We'll put her in her place.
Hey, that's what I said. Anyway, let's show her this photo and see what she says.
Wait, let's not.
Why not?
It's never a good idea to reveal your hand to the enemy too soon. Learned that the hard way when I got punched in the face and arrested. Well, I wasn't arrested, but I was put on trial.
Nick! You're craftier than I gave you credit for. Why, you could be the next evil magistrate.
Hey, why do I have to be the villain?
Relax, it was just a joke. So are we done for today?
Wait, really? Are we done? 5-minute episode, guys. And I think this photo is what we needed for the trial. Still, it'd be better if we had some idea who the real killer was. Maybe it really is that security lady. I highly doubt it. To be God damn it. If I'd known that it was over that quick, I would have continued last time. Yeah, alright, save. Okay. October 18, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. Jump right in.
The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. This prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer at Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all but point to this fact. I see. Very well. I'd like to move on to your testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness.
First, I would like to call a familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. Alright, get my Gumshoe voice.
Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court.
Yes, sir. I'll explain the guide map here. Yeah. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studio, see? This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 p.m. on that day. Pal, yeah. Past the security station, there is a gate, see? Past that are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder, where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15, there was only 3 people here. There were, actually, the victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. All production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to this guard station. Now jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. And needless to say, the rehearsal was cancelled. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear found launched in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. Murder. That's the case. Brief. Anyone like to hear that again?
My Gumshoe voice is still a little off. I'm working on it. Should I listen to that whole thing again? Nah, we can skip it. I think I can probably remember that.
So the murder weapon was a spear? How medieval.
Samurai spear added to the court record. Sorry.
Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see? Understood? Let's call the security officer to the stand. And there she is. Will the witness declare her name?
My, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered.
Your name, please.
Oh, dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma.
It's not my fetish, but, whatever.
Your name, please.
Seems like Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witnesses to say their names.
It's a bit of a problem. Wendy Oldbag, dearie. So just call me Grandma. It's practically my name. So even when I was young, Oldbag was not really my name, dearie. Still, other children made fun of me, and can you believe it? But there was this one boy captain of the chess team in junior high called me Oldbag, just cried, see?
Objection! I object to the witness's talkativeness. Objection sustained! The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand.
I was just getting to the good part, dearie.
Perhaps we can get to the testimony. Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct?
Yes, say I was.
To get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you.
You know your stuff, dearie.
You may begin your testimony.
She sure is one hell of an old bag.
Yeah.
Witness testimony! Okay, I don't know why I said that. Witness's account.
On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through there since the morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 o'clock when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me, because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading toward the studio.
You saw the defendant, then? Very well, that's within the cross-examination. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor? I meant yes, Your Honor. Okay, you know, I've got to say, like, the problem with playing a game like this that's more like a let's read than a let's play is that I can't really commentate on anything that's not dialogue. So up until that time, anyone who wanted to go into the studio... Wait, what? I read that wrong, didn't I?
Well, there wasn't a security guard at the gate, no. But the main gate was locked, dearie. You'd need an employee key card to get in.
Right, the card key that I have. So what she's saying is no one who wasn't supposed to be there could get in.
Was there anyone at the studios when you arrived at the guard station?
Poor old Hammer and the rest have been doing a run-through there since the morning.
A run-through?
They were working out a scene between the Steel Samurai and the evil magistrate. They got the basics figured out by noon and were to use the afternoon for practice. Rehearsal was supposed to start at 5. That's why poor old Hammer went to Studio 1 in the afternoon.
What, like 4 hours early? So Powers was in his dressing room sleeping when he was supposed to be practicing. Talk about a laid-back hero.
If there was a run-through in the morning, why did you only get there after noon?
I had some errands to run that morning.
Really? I don't know why I'm re-saying the testimony. I always do this, and I always say I should stop doing that, but what kind of errands?
Oh, well, you know.
Answer the question!
Actually, I was watching poor Hammer and Powers. Observing, you know.
Observing? Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station?
Whippersnapper! I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job.
I'm not sure your boss would see it that way.
Anyway, I always watch Hammer's run-throughs. Always. Never missed one in all my years. Wow, I want to see a Steel Samurai run-through too.
You quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty.
Not a bad idea. Plus, I'd probably get some donuts. I'd more than likely have a 4th stomach for those.
And man, I'm a little rusty with my voices. I haven't needed to do voices for a game in a while. It's like Zelda's a lot of just running around, you know? And the odd voice here and there, and Pokemon I just... give that voice to pretty much everyone. Did you see the victim then?
Did I see poor old Hammer? Nope. He'd already gone into the studio before I got back to the guard station.
Tell us what happened next.
I was in the main gate from then until 5.
So you were watching there the whole time? No breaks? Not even a second?
Of course, I am a professional, you know. Or are you criticizing how I do my job, whippersnapper?
No, it's just... After seeing you eating those donuts in the guard station yesterday.
I can watch the gate and eat donuts at the same time. Whippersnapper, snipper-wapper, even.
Snipper-wapper? Oh, Wimbag's losing it, Nick. Yeah, that sounds really disgusting, actually. Why don't you raise an objection?
So the witness was on duty through the afternoon, the whole time? Very well. What did you see?
How did you know that?
Oh, I have my ways. That overdressed young detective told me. I fed him some donuts, and he talked and talked. If you ask me, that detective isn't cut out for his job.
Poor Detective Gumshoe getting chewed out by a security guard. Yeah. Cool. Did someone? 2 o'clock? You sure? Or you're sure?
Sure as spit.
Well, who was the man?
Really, you should try not to get so excited at your age. You might strain something. Now, don't get your skivvies all in a bunch. I'll tell you who it was. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading toward the studio.
So you saw Mr. Powers?
That's what I said. Got a wax in your ears, Sonny? Nick, this is your chance.
Yeah, time to pull out the secret weapon.
I'll say it again. It was him.
Yeah, well... You know, I don't really think so. Let me get this straight, Oldbag. Miss Oldbag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this exactly? None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo Old Tokyo. Miss Oldbag, is this the Mr. Powers that you saw?
Of course. Didn't your mama teach you any sense, Sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right?
Yeah. Well, I wonder. True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai.
I know that. I wasn't born yesterday.
No one in this court is accusing you of that, witness. He's having trouble calling her Oldbag, apparently. However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you?
Nosy old man. Of course I have proof.
What? Huh? Even Edgeworth is surprised!
What the what?
The prosecution would like to ask the witness, please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time.
How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed of all of you. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't any good as evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look.
Wow, old Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good. Let's hear about your proof, then. Yes. Witness testimony. The man in the photo.
I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now, look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his leg, see? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy?
No. So he had sprained his ankle? Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. She's gotta be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. I don't know. How old is she again? Question mark, question mark. Is in that, I think that's her age.
Whippersnapper!
Hey, I haven't said anything yet.
I'll have you know I'm not pointing fingers at anyone behind their backs. Everything I've said is on the straight and narrow. The up and up. Youth today always whining about each other, pointing fingers this way and that. Anything to make an old lady cry.
Mr. Wright, please, all I'll say is try not to upset the witness. I think Edgeworth has met his match. Yeah, old ladies. You have a weakness, Edgeworth. Everyone does. I guess yours is rambling old ladies. Who was present at the run-through?
Well, let's see, there was Powers, he's still samurai, then poor old Hammer, the evil magistrate, and me.
And what exactly were you doing?
Observing, just observing.
What about the assistant?
Oh, she was off moving backdrops around and such.
So she didn't see the run-through then.
I saw Powers trip and fall.
Trip and fall?
Yes, and to think he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. What a laugh. So Powers sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course.
You helped make it better?
I kissed it where it hurt.
Let's just skim over this part, over that part, shall we? Yeah, I do not want to think that, about that. Like, how old is he? How old is you?
How big is he compared to you? He seems like a pretty big dude. This is a really weird image, actually. Oh god. Where was the assistant then?
Oh, she was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle.
You may continue your testimony.
He broke one of the props. It was a big mess.
He broke a prop?
Sure did. His own samurai spear.
His samurai spear? The murder weapon?
Luckily I was there with my duct tape to fix it.
This strikes me as a significant detail. Better write this down in the court record.
Yeah! Apparently he sprained his ankle pretty bad.
Oh, I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honor?
Well, there's one thing that bothers me.
Which is?
Where is this steel samurai costume now?
Actually, well, couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyway, that's not important. The witness did see the steel samurai, yes.
Man, Edgeworth, you have really big hands.
And it is clear that the person in the steel samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers.
I suppose that's right.
You sure, Your Honor? Object! Hold it right there! We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the steel samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers.
The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also.
Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please?
No need to ask twice.
Witness's account continued.
The time before Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true. The only person I saw go to the studio before them was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them.
Oh man, short testimonies in the first game usually mean we're gonna get you real good.
So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be the steel samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Well, I've already got the, contradiction there.
The time before Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true.
Hold it, ma'am. How do you know that?
Didn't I just explain? I gave donuts to the young detective, and then, after some rubbish about it being a secret pal, he told me everything.
I see Detective Gumshoe shares his fellow officer's fondness for donuts. Yeah, clearly.
The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers.
Are you absolutely sure?
Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody suspicious looking passed by at all.
Nobody suspicious looking? Right.
No one else went there.
What about before you got to the guard station?
You mean before 1 o'clock? Or 1? Why, everyone was in the employee area before then. And I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Not to mention, if they had, I would have seen them.
Are you sure?
The witness has answered the question. Anyone going into the studio had to pass by the witness.
That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy.
Edgy boy? Oh, the windbag sure has balls. Or, well, you know what I mean. That is a spectacular line, Maya. Those windbags have a way of skipping over important details, after all. Or for that matter, entirely forgetting them. How convenient. Something you to look forward to, perhaps. No, actually. Okay. I don't think so. Hold on! Let's hold it, Phoenix, come on. Look at this photograph. I'm not gonna sing it. I'm not gonna sing it! Look at this photograph one more time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct?
Yes, sirree, Sonny.
So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture.
And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground.
Right. Anyway, it's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data.
Oh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening.
That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words October 15, 2 p.m., photo number 2.
Even I know that means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October the 15th. Really, Sonny.
Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says photo number 2.
Photo number 2?
The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo?
Order! Order! Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright.
Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that no one but 2 people went, not 1, but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet there is only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access. The security lady herself.
Eh? You watch your mouth, whippersnapper. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers.
With a camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by.
Well, yes, that's what it would seem to mean.
Can the witness explain this to the court?
I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgy boy, help!
Huh? Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what that I don't know what this means either.
Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too. Whippersnapper.
Something the matter, Miss Oldbag?
Ah, that's right. I just remembered something.
Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate? Someone other than the Steel Samurai?
Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way.
Great. Great.
I see. I see. Your testimony, please.
The other person.
Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it now, I remember throwing out one photo that day.
Great. Miss Oldbag, this is the first I've heard of this.
Well, of course, Sonny, I've only just remembered it.
Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination.
Well, I'd say this was a time for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. Yeah.
That's really all I can say to Oldbag. Another job?
That's right, I check all the people that pass by the main gate that day. I look closely at every one of the photos that security camera takes.
You back up all of the security camera data?
Well, they keep telling me to, yes, but those computers are just so frustrating.
Great. Nah, that's nice. Well, at least we won't get any weird pictures that I'm sure some people try. Like, you know how it is. Like, someone who knows that the security camera's there, just every time they walk past, they're going to look directly at it and do a stupid. How exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking?
Oh, you can tell by looking at their faces, for the most part.
For the most part? This is a murder trial, Miss Oldbag.
Well, I didn't touch that suspicious-looking Miss Will Powers photo, did I?
I think she's missing the point.
Okay, I would normally stop here, but you know what? I think we're actually near the end of our cross-examination, so if there's a testimony after this, I'll go till then.
Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased?
A fanboy.
Fanboy?
Steel Samurai fanboys, real freaks if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. They're always hanging about. What was there that day?
Wait a second. Didn't you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words.
Well, you must know there's a drain that goes into the employee area. The grate had been loose for some while. It leads outside, and, well, that's where they come in.
They come in through the drain?
I told you they were freaks. Oh, and they're kids. Children. Whippersnappers.
Kids? So on the photo that you erased...
It was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade.
What?!
Order! Order! Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day. One was the steel samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about 2nd or 3rd grade.
Oh, yes, well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him.
A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade? I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear.
Impossible, I'd think. It's quite heavy.
Right, as I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data. Nick? What's going on? I mean, the boy was there, that makes him a suspect.
Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him.
I'd like to take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And don't forget vital information this time.
Well, instead of having a testimony, what a break. So I'm going to end it here. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Some lovely Oldbag action. An awful lot of Oldbag action. Yeah, God, I can't say Oldbag without thinking of Maya's Oldbag sure has balls line. It's just dragging my mind away to Oldbag. Oh God, Oldbag balls. Oh God, I mean, like, take that out of like Miss Oldbag. You know what? Let's not. I was gonna go into a weird rant about old balls. Oh God. I'm normal. Believe me, please. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next one tomorrow, hopefully, and it probably won't be about balls. I promise. Oh my God. I'll see you in the next one, guys.